Okay, you need to stop talking to me out of nowhere. Do you understand? If you do that one more time, I swear I am going to shove an iron poker down your throat. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say all that so loudly. I was just on my phone, Bluetooth, actually. I had it in my ear. I wasn't thinking about how loud I was being. I am so sorry about that. No, yeah, I wasn't talking to you or anyone here. I was on the phone with, my mother. I mean, not my mother, my mother's, ex-boyfriend. I mean, my ex-boyfriend. I mean, look, it's just, it's one of those days, you know? Just one of those days where nothing seems to be going as you planned, and where the universe seems to want to throw as much shit at you as possible. I'm sorry, I don't even know you, and I'm cursing. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my brain is just fried. Just completely fried. Actually, no, fried is not the right word. It's burnt. Someone lit my brain on fire, and now it is just ashes. Not even ashes. It's just gone. It is just completely gone. Really? You have days like this too? Well, sorry that you have days like this. If you have days like this, then I really feel bad for you about that. But it is nice, I suppose, to know that I'm not the only one who gets days like this, and I'm guessing it's good for you to know that you're not the only one who gets days like this either, huh? Really? Really? You've seen people having worse days? Please do share. I need to hear this. Please tell me you're joking. So people have come in here and they've gotten so angry at the books that you've put on display that they've drop-kicked them? I do not know how to respond to that. I'm sorry, what? It gets worse. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle hearing more, but yes, please do tell me more. No way. There is no way that someone can be that. I have no words for that one. I really don't. Sneaking in with a crowd and leaving notes in books about magic and spirituality saying you're going to hell if you do this. That is just... How can someone think of doing that? And then think, yes, this seems like a good idea. This is definitely good and okay to do. Just how? I guess that's true. I guess people like that have never had brains to begin with. Yeah, that definitely makes my brain issues seem very, very minor in comparison. After all, my brain is just gone sometimes, not even very often. Well, okay, that's not entirely true, but at the very least, when my brain isn't around, the worst that happens is I accidentally raise my voice when making a personal phone call or when having a very personal conversation. I definitely don't do things like that. You don't do anything like that either? Good. Good. Then, at the very least, even when we don't have our brains, we're better at braining than those people, huh? Oh, my goodness, I am so sorry. As I've said, my brain is just gone today. I'm Briar. It's nice to meet you. Really? Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I've never actually been in here before. I've been meaning to stop by, but I've never had the time, and now just seemed like a really good day to look at some books. I didn't realize that you actually own and run this place. It's really nice. You've really done a great job here. And the selection of books that you have, it's incredible. Is there anything that you can help me find? This might sound a bit random, but I was wondering, do you have any books about, Celtic mythology? More specifically, maybe, fairies? Yeah, I really like mythology, and Celtic mythology is actually one of the types of mythology that I don't know all that much about, and I've been meaning to do more research, but as I've said, not a lot of time recently. It just kind of gets away from me, just like my brain and all of my thoughts. But yeah, I've finally got the time, so I figured, why not? Really? You have a whole section on just mythology? Well, isn't that handy? Would you just shut up? Sorry, my phone vibrated in my pocket. I felt it. I didn't mean to make it sound like I was talking to you. I'm sorry. I know that this isn't just my brain being absolutely toasted to ashes. It's a little bit weird to actually say, but this is the first time I've interacted with a stranger in several months. No, I am most definitely not exaggerating. I just recently moved into my parents' old place, and the thing is, they wanted to live extremely far away from any major noise or pollution, so they built their house in the middle of the woods. And I can't really easily go grocery shopping every week, or even do basic shopping or trips into town, because it is quite the trip. So I just grow what I need, I make most of the things that I need to live, and I only leave my home and come here when I really, really need to, or really, really want to, and really have a lot of time. So it's a little bit awkward whenever I interact with people after going months without seeing another person. Yeah, I call my family, I call a few friends, but they're people I know, and it's over the phone, so it feels a little bit different, you know? Yeah, over the phone, it almost feels like it's separate from reality, in a way. It's definitely not very good for my social skills, but, I mean, what can you do? Well, yeah, I have of course, thought about moving, but I love that house. That house was one of my favorite places when I was growing up. Not only because it was the first home I ever knew, but it always felt kind of magical, you know? When you're a kid, you sometimes want to run into the forest and try to find a bear or a dragon or something like that. And every summer, nearly every day, I was out in that forest looking for something magical. Something that would lead me on an adventure. So, I really don't want to move. And even if I did move and I kept the house, I don't really know how I would go about adjusting to all of that. Well, I know that humans are social creatures by nature. We need some form of regular interaction with another person, otherwise we don't really hold up all that well, mentally at least. And even though I want that, even though I need that, I haven't had a whole lot of that all my life. I've just been living in the woods with my family, only talking to friends and other relatives over the phone for a long time, and very rarely interacting with anyone I didn't know. So, to then go from that to being surrounded by people all the time, I might get so overwhelmed by it all that I might completely go off on the first person to make too much noise. Yeah, that is the one thing that's difficult about growing up like that. You never really learn how to get used to things changing because things never really changed. Yeah, it would be a good thing to get used to. I will be trying to work on it. I hope you know that. And, who knows? If I find that I have more time in the future, maybe I'll be able to come here more regularly. I know that I have been really weird today, and I know that you might be a little freaked out, honestly, by how completely weird I am, but really, I would like to come back here. I really like reading, and you are a very nice person to talk to, so would that be okay? If I came back here more regularly and talked to you some more? Yeah? Alright then, that definitely gives me something to look forward to. Oh, I'm just going to see about all of these books, if that's okay. Yeah, I'll see you at the register in a minute, I guess. Thank you. Really. You are making it almost impossible for me to be a normal, functioning human adult. You realize that, right?
Based on the fact that you just info-dumped your entire past to a complete stranger, I get the feeling you were going to have trouble with that anyway. Don't go blaming me, sweetheart.